First forecast brought to you by Store It at Home, rent-to-own portable buildings. Looking at today's high temperatures out there, it was another warm day. This is actually incorrect. It should say 94, so that reading is wrong. We got up to 94 today, which did break the record set back in 1925 of 93 degrees. So we only bested it by 1 degree, but the heat, well, it's almost unbearable out there. So much so that later on in the forecast I have a real field temperature for tomorrow. And spoiler alert, it's in the triple digits. 65 out there for the night tonight, mainly clear skies, cloud cover not an issue. We did pick up a trace of precipitation again today, and that will likely continue as we'll have a chance at an isolated shower over the next several days, but better rain chances next week and tropical trouble to talk about. Of all the details coming up just a few minutes. Your ABC 31 News starts now.
Welcome to ABC 31 News Tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. Louisiana is near the top of the list of states with the most deadly crashes involving impaired drivers. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has our big story tonight.
With Memorial Day weekend right around the corner, the number of possible drunk driving fatalities increases, 4 times higher than a normal weekend. And a recent study has ranked Louisiana as one of the top 10 states in the nation for fatal DUIs.
Louisiana ranks 9th according to this survey that was done. I think, though, you can see, even in the top 10 rankings, that there's a wide variability in the size of the state, the population density of the state.
According to the study from the consumer research group Value Penguin, 30% of all traffic fatalities in Louisiana involve alcohol-impaired drivers, with 68.6% of DUI fatalities involving drivers with a blood alcohol level near twice the legal limit.
The legal limit in Louisiana and in almost the entire country is 0.08% blood alcohol level. For underage DWI, for anybody under 21, that is 0.01%. Is it common to see people that are not just borderline, but a good ways over the limit? Yes, we do see that a lot.
And although Louisiana may have a spot in the top 10, law enforcement agencies around the state and here in Alexandria continuously work to enforce laws related to driving under the influence.
Here in Alexandria, we do have an incredible traffic unit that does DWI enforcement. We've consistently won awards from the state for both our agency and for individual officers for number of arrests and prosecutions. We generally average about 300 DWI arrests per year, and that doesn't include the additional arrests for vehicular homicide or vehicular negligent injuring that come along with injuring or killing somebody in a traffic accident where you're intoxicated.
To view national rankings on where you're most likely to be in a fatal DUI, you can visit valuepenguin.com.
Whatever you're doing, don't drink and get behind the wheel.
Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
A pair of state legislators made a late-night visit to a bar in Baton Rouge, and their evening ended in chaos. Representative Stuart Bishop and Senator Norby Shaber were at the River Room. The two got into an argument over a bill, and it got physical. Both issued apologies and statements yesterday about the incident, which occurred Tuesday night.
It was unbecoming of a gentleman or unbecoming of a member of this House, and for that, I truly apologize.
We're both better men than that, and I humbly apologize. I feel a little dishonor has been brought upon this chamber and this body by myself.
Senator Shaber says the fight was just two Cajun boys fighting over coastal concerns. No injuries were reported from the altercation. Police were called to the bar that evening, but no arrests were made. The death row inmate asking a Rapides district judge to throw out his conviction apparently denied that he wants to stop that proceeding. Daryl Robinson was convicted of killing 4, including an infant in the Poland community, though his attorneys claim he's innocent. This afternoon, prosecutors asked the judge to determine if Robinson truly said he wants to withdraw his petition. When the judge asked him his intent, he responded in a loud voice, apparently saying no matter what he says, the state is trying to kill him. The judge said that answer was not responsive, and the hearing went on. It is expected to continue tomorrow. Dr. Scott Chapman of the MATC Center spoke to the Kiwanis Club this afternoon about the new clinic located on Jackson Street.
The way the program works is that we put them on a medication-assisted program, which allows them to detox from their current medications that they're on, at the same time giving them counseling and kind of, if you will, tools to help restart their life, so to speak, and helps them to get back on a better path where they can have regular jobs and get back into society.
They specialize in treatment that combines medication, counseling, drug screening, and a referral network to give patients the best chance to succeed in treatment. Well, last night was the last leg of the Jimmy Chevalier Memorial Run. The law enforcement took the Bolton Avenue to remember him. He was awarded with the Rapides Parish Sheriff's Office and the Louisiana Law Enforcement Torch Run. Spectral Sisters Productions is presenting Coming Home, a 10-minute play festival. The festival will take place for the 20th on the Hearn Stage at the Crest Theater in downtown Alexandria. Each night of the festival will feature original plays written and performed by Louisiana locals. You can visit the Spectral Sisters Productions website or their Facebook page for more information, and you can purchase tickets at ticketcentral.org. Event coordinator H. Isidore and Jessica Viator of the Manna House stopped by earlier this week to give us the scoop on the upcoming 12th Annual Caribbean Nights All-White Party this Saturday.
The White Party is it's a party / fundraiser. It's the 12th year. Outdoor, everyone is encouraged to wear white to promote unity. White isn't mandatory, but it's encouraged. No one's going to turn you away if you don't have on white. We have party DJ of the Gary Cathy Band will be there. We have Secondria Sibley. She's a nationally known spoken word artist. She'll be there as well. This year, the benefactor is the Manor House. The tickets are $15 in advance. You also can get what's the Eminence Lounge tickets. They are $40. With that $40, you get there's going to be a lounge of white leather furniture. You get free champagne all night. You get a commemorative glass, and you also get a meal off the hibachi grill.
And if you'd like more information on this event, you can visit ticketor.com. It is time for this week's recommendations to spruce up your yards with this week's Get It Growing. Here is LSU horticulturist Dan Gill.
This time of the year, Louisiana gardeners are adding lots of beautiful flowers to flower beds, and we expect those flowers to produce beautiful color for us through the summer. This time of the year, we oftentimes get frequent rainfall, and so drought is really not usually an issue during our spring months. But as we move into the heat of summer, drought does become more of an issue. And if you want to look at some good drought-tolerant plants that provide color for you this summer, that aren't so fussy, you don't have to water so much when we do hit dry weather, here's some really great choices. Yarrow, with this wonderful ferny foliage, comes in a variety of colors. This is a nice lavender one. Yarrow or Achillea, a perennial that comes back every year. Another great perennial is this coneflower or Echinacea. Beautiful flowers in purples and reds and burgundies and whites. Tough as nails and drought tolerant as well. Lantana, known for its attractiveness to butterflies and hummingbirds, also tolerates drought very well. And when I say tolerates drought, it means you don't have to get out and water these plants so much when it gets dry. Indeed, don't get out and water them so much. A lot of these plants would resent being watered too much. Bulbean, look at these wonderful spikes of flowers on this bulbean, a succulent plant. Here for a low-growing ground cover kind of plant. Purslane, very drought tolerant. Gaillardia or blanket flower. Gaillardia, another great drought tolerant flower, produces flowers through the summer. And finally, the butterfly weed or milkweed. This is a lovely plant as well that also feeds our butterflies and monarchs. So add some great drought tolerant plants to your garden this spring, and you won't have to water so much this summer. For Get It Growing, I'm Dan Gill with the LSU Ag Center.
For more information on other lawn and garden topics, contact your parish's LSU Ag Center Extension Service Office or visit the website that I guess we don't have for you on the CG. We'll be right back.
To catch a killer, you gather the evidence.
There's blood on the screen.
And build a picture-perfect case.
What if you stabbed her 12 times?
Hold on, there, FBI.
Bones Weekends.
Weekends on KLAX TV.
Well, the warm temperatures and likely your sweating going on outside not going away over the next several days because the heat and the humidity are sticking with us with those high dew points. It makes it feel that much worse out there. And over the next couple of days, we're going to be approaching records once again. Tomorrow's record, 96. Forecast high, 95. So we're going to be very close to it. If we don't break it, likely that we'll at least tie it. And temperatures are going to continue to be very, very warm over the next several days. The better chance of rain does happen as we head into next week. We'll have a weak area of low pressure and a little bit better instability as far as the atmosphere goes, so the heating of the day will allow for pop-up or pulse showers and thunderstorms to erupt during the afternoon and then die down during the evening hours. So a rather summer-like pattern before we head into summer. Arriving early as we go into next week. Surface map tomorrow still looking the same as it has all week long. And of course, you know, where all of this dry air is, there's still a chance of a pulse shower or thunderstorm with just enough instability going on with the heating of the day to see a shower like we saw today. We did pick up a trace of precipitation today and 4/100ths of an inch of precipitation yesterday. Now, looking at our hourly planner tomorrow, I added the red line here. That is what it's going to feel like tomorrow afternoon. You notice the high temperature around 94, 95 degrees. Around that same time, you add in the dew points, it's going to be feeling like 101, 102 out there. So very warm as we go through the middle of the afternoon. You also notice the chance of a shower or maybe even a pop-up thunderstorm, again, like I just mentioned on the surface map there as we go through the afternoon. Only about a 20% chance, but it does increase to about 40% as we go into next week. Now, we did mention the tropics earlier as well. The models have started to indicate about 6 to 7 days from now that we'll have an area of low pressure enter the Gulf of Mexico out of the Caribbean. Whether it organizes or not is still yet to be determined, but steering patterns likely will take this somewhere near Florida, and we'll see yet again another area of low pressure moving into the southeast and allowing for more rain and showers and thunderstorms and, unfortunately, high dew points to stick around for another week. Forecast lows out there tonight around 65 degrees, mainly clear and very warm tomorrow, 94 to 95, a stray shower or thunderstorm possible as we work through the afternoon hours, but records likely falling and continuing to as we hold on to the heat going through next week. But you do notice Tuesday and Wednesday, better chance of showers and thunderstorms even going Monday through Thursday of next week. That's a look at your 7-day and your weather forecast. Scott?
All right, thank you, Ross. Ever wake up to the sound of your alarm and wish you could just have a few more hours of sleep? Well, not sleeping well can make you feel off in the morning, but just what else are you putting yourself at risk for? Here's Janae Norman.
Our circadian rhythm is what tells us it's time to rest and when it's time to get up. Yet there is a lot that we do on a daily basis that can throw it off. Overnight shifts, interrupted sleep. Researchers in the United Kingdom studied over 91,000 adults from 2013 to 2015 to find out if changes in your circadian rhythm increase your risk of developing depression or bipolar disorder. Participants wore a wrist accelerometer similar to a Fitbit for 7 days, which measured their levels of rest and activity. Afterwards, they completed a survey that would suggest if they meet criteria for a mood disorder or having changes in their overall well-being. More activity on the accelerometer suggesting more disruptions in their circadian rhythm, less happy, less satisfied, and lonelier. Also met more criteria for diagnosis of depression and bipolar disorders. This study couldn't prove that disrupting your circadian rhythm causes mood disorders, but the association is enough to remind us that sleep is not a daily indulgence, it's a prescription for better health. So rest up.
When a case seems unsolvable, they see the incredible. Murder, motive, secrets. Bones Weekends.
Watch Bones weekends on KLAX ABC31.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nick Frank. The NSU baseball team will close out their regular season this weekend in New Orleans. With a sweep, the Demons would end their regular season with the most wins they've had since 2009. Coach Barbier says that can be attributed to his team's mentality.
Good teams find ways to win games different ways. Because a lot of our game depends on, we don't like to say this, we don't like it to be this way, but a lot of it depends on how the other team plays. and how the other team pitches, if they can play defense and those things. So to be able to go and beat a team that can pitch really well, beat a team that's really offensive, you got to be able to do things different ways, and I think that's part of the success we've had this year.
NSU second baseman Kayla Jones joined an elite club today when she was named to the National Fast Pitch Coaches All-South Region First Team. Jones, who is eligible for All-American status, is just the third NSU softball player to be selected to an All-Region First Team. Jones produced team highs in batting average, home runs, RBIs, walks, and on-base percentage. She also posted the best slugging percentage as a freshman in school history.
"95 degrees for the high tomorrow. 95. It's going to be feeling more like 100 to 102 as we go throughout the afternoon. Only saving grace tomorrow is that there is a slight chance of a shower or storm. So a very lucky few, and I mean a very lucky few, will have some rain to cool them off tomorrow afternoon. Better chance of rain going into next week, and of course keeping a very close eye on the Gulf of Mexico and the tropics for potential named storm going into late next week.
When Ross starts turning those numbers red on the board, that's just
good.
not good.
No, not a good sign.
Thanks for watching. Have a great night.
MASH 4077, SOS and Mayday.
MeTV presents MASH May Days.
Something special just for me.
Each week in May, MeTV remembers a different memorable 4077 character. There's Hawkeye Week.
It's a prayer come true.
Hot Lips Week.
Here's to me.
Radar Week.
Oh, that's me.
Potter Week.
Perfecto.
And BJ Week.
You've got to be kidding.
On MeTV Alexandria.